It was the day of the big school dance, and Jason had one goal in mind: impress Emily, the girl of his dreams. For weeks, he'd been planning the perfect way to catch her attention. He had the perfect outfit, a killer dance move he'd been practicing in secret, and even a smooth line he'd rehearsed. Jason arrived at the dance early, hoping to get ahead of the crowd. He saw Emily across the room, chatting with her friends. This was it. He walked over confidently, ready to pull off his first move, an accidental bump into her, followed by a suave line. As he approached, his foot caught on the edge of the dance floor, and he stumbled, straight into the punch bowl. The whole thing tipped over, sending a cascade of red fruit punch all over the floor, and, naturally, all over Emily. She looked up, eyes wide in shock. I'm so sorry. Jason stammered, trying to wipe the punch off his shirt, but only making it worse. I didn't mean to. Emily, drenched in fruit punch, blinked at him for a second before breaking into laughter. Well, this is an interesting start, she said. Jason, his face burning with embarrassment, laughed nervously. Yeah, I guess so. Let me buy you a drink to make up for it. But as he tried to lead her to the refreshments table, his plan for redemption only took a turn for the worse. As he reached for a cup, he accidentally knocked over the stack of napkins, causing them to scatter all over the place. Trying to salvage what little dignity he had left, he bent down to pick them up, only to knock over a chair, sending it crashing to the ground. Emily couldn't hold back anymore, laughing harder than ever. Jason, you're like a walking disaster. Yeah, I'm starting to think I should just give up, he muttered, wiping his sweaty palms on his pants. Feeling defeated, Jason decided to try one last thing. With all the courage he could muster, Jason took a deep breath, pulled her onto the dance floor, and tried to show off his smooth spin move. Unfortunately, it didn't go as planned. He spun too quickly, lost his balance, and crashed into a group of people. The music stopped. Everyone turned to look. Jason stood there, frozen, as he looked at Emily, who was now laughing so hard she could barely catch her breath. Well, Jason, if your goal was to make an unforgettable impression, I think you've succeeded. Jason sighed, laughing at himself. I guess I did, just not the way I planned. But then, Emily wiped away a tear from laughing and smiled. You know, I think you're kind of charming in your own weird way. Jason blinked. Really? Yeah, she said, still smiling. Who else would have the courage to mess up this much and still have a good time? And just like that, despite everything going wrong, Jason realized something important. Maybe it wasn't about the smooth lines or perfect moves. Sometimes, just being yourself, goofing up and owning it, is the best way to make an impression. As the night went on, Emily and Jason ended up dancing together, with a little less tumbling, and Jason learned an important lesson about being himself. Moral of the story: don't be afraid to mess up. Sometimes, it's the awkward moments that bring the most laughter, connection, and maybe even a little romance.